again, just if you're watching this video at home, I'm sorry for all the lagginess. All right, that's not on me. That's on Crease Free Judgment. Okay, so we've got management at a retail store is concerned about the possibility of drug abuse by people who work there. Not good. They decide to check on the extent of the problem by having a random sample of the employees undergo a drug test. Several plans for choosing the sample are proposed. So we have 4 that are proposed. We're going to name each strategy. All right, so look at the first one. We're going to randomly select an employee classification and test all of the people who work in that one classification. So here are the 4 classifications: supervisors, full-time clerks, part-time clerks, and maintenance staff. All right, so we're going to use a random number table. We're not going to do this, but they're going to randomly select 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right, and then whatever one they get, they're going to test everyone in that specific category. This is called cluster sampling. When you separate your groups and you sample one of the groups and look at everyone in that sample. Cluster sampling. I'm going to skip B. I'm going to come back to B, but look at C. You guys see letter C? Yeah. It's almost the same thing, but instead of going to one group and sampling everybody, they're going to take some people from all 4 classifications. So when you take a little bit from each one, right, that's called stratified. Has anyone ever been to a buffet? Most likely you were taking part in a stratified sample. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of the next one. All right, so next time you go to the buffet, if you want to impress your friends, to let them know. All right, not stratified. Or not, okay, just kidding. All right, let's go back to letter B. Choose the 4th person that arrives to work for each shift. All right? This is called systematic. So if you ever read somebody sampling by doing every 10th person, every 50th person, this is what actually TSA does at the airport. Every 875th person, they're going to randomly pull them to the side for a security check. Okay? So that's what's happening here, systematic. Questions so far? One more. This last one. Each employee has a 3-digit ID number. You guys have ID numbers for this school, right? So we could do this right now if we wanted to. We're going to randomly choose 40 numbers. Randomly choose 40 numbers. This is called a simple random sample. And when you watched my lecture notes yesterday, you'll notice that I use, when it pops up here, SRS is the acronym you can always use for a simple random sample. I had a few students in my PA class ask me, so does that mean the other ones are not random? And that's not true. For cluster, remember we're randomly selecting which group. There it is. Randomly selecting which group, and then we're going to all of that. We're going to go to every single person in that category. Systematic, this choose the 4th person. This 4 would be randomly chosen. You're going to randomly choose what number you're going to actually end up using. Okay? And then for C, we're going to go in and randomly select people from each group. So just because it doesn't say the word random in those 3, it doesn't mean they're not. They will be random as well. Everybody good? Okay. Questions? These are the ones that you need to know for our quiz and for the AP exam. These types of sampling techniques. All right? I'll give you different ways as we talk more about them, and hopefully tomorrow when we do our activity, that will help you sort, hope your brain sort which one is which. Okay, let's do number 2. It says, explain why the first plan, so this is the cluster plan, of going into one of these groups and testing every single person that's in that group, might be biased. Any thoughts? What could be a potential issue? Yes, Thomas.
One group may not interact with the drugs at all. They might just look at the box yup, that's right, and then pass it on or something.
Got you. So you're saying we might go into this group, whatever one it may be, and we might have many people who are not having issues with drug abuse. That's what you're saying?
They're not, their job is interacting with drugs.
Gotcha. You're saying that maybe they don't actually have it. You're saying, so the drug abuse here is they're having access to the drugs? Interesting. Okay.
It might be biased to try to look for people that look like they've done drugs or look for a mix, and in reality, it might be that people who are all the themselves higher and try to look more professional than the ones doing it, or not something like that?
Interesting. Well, I hope it's a great comment, but I hope, Eduardo, with the randomization, right, using a random number table, we should not have looks come into it, right? Yes, we're going to randomly pick one of these, all right, but then we're going to ask everyone in that category to get tested. So really, the issue is that whatever group you pick, this might over or under estimate the amount of drug abuse happening. Right, and Thomas, I never even thought of it like that. You're saying like just who has access. If you're talking about a store that actually has, are you talking like pharmaceutical drugs? Yeah, I just don't know. Does it say? It just says a retail store, so I just don't know, but it could be. Any questions on number 2? Again, you're just looking for the statement on the AP exam when you see this on multiple choice will be about over or under representing or estimating what's actually going on. Right? I had a student in my P8 class say, well, maybe if they choose supervisors, you have more supervisors having a drug abuse problem because they make more money and so they're able to purchase the drugs. All right, so that's just a thought that they had. Okay? All right, let's do number 3. It says, listed are the names of 20 full-time clerks on the retail staff. We're going to use our random numbers listed below to select 4 to be in our sample. All right, so this is kind of a continuation from chapter 11. All right, so what kind of numbers am I going to use here if I have 20 full-time clerks? Not single, right? Because if I only use single, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need double digits. Okay, think of the blubbers, right? How many blubbers were there? There are 100, so we needed double digits. So in this case, I'm going to use double digits. How would you like to assign them? 0, 0, 0 for Larry? Yeah. Okay. Then where am I going 0, 1? Am I going to Marissa or am I going to Carol? 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 Marissa? Carol. Oh my God, it's exactly the same. 4, it's 5 and 5, and people just didn't care. I don't know anyone named Carol, but I know people named Marissa, so I'm going to go with Marissa.
It's over.
No, best of 3.
I already moved on. It already took too long. But again, I want to make this clear, Thomas, that if you disagree and you wanted to go this way with 0, 1, is that a problem? No, it doesn't matter, right? Because we're using a random number table, it shouldn't matter. How do I know when to stop? When I want to get to 20 because I'm trying to select how many people. Nice, Thomas, right here where it says select 4 of them. So stop when you have 4 people. All right, and can I use repeats?
No.
No, right? If I choose the same number again, I can't choose that person twice.
Wait, for this one, you can't go all the way up to 100, right? You can only go up to...
Let's try this now. What if I get the number 62? Do I care about it? Is anyone assigned the number 62? No. So you're also going to ignore numbers 20 to 99. So I think that's what your brain is asking. Right? Okay. Ready? Here we go. First number. 18. Is that somebody? Yes, it is. That's Matthew. Come on down, Matthew. Here's your cup. Number 19.
Yes.
Aaron. Sorry, it's going. Just give it a moment. Matthew's there. But what about Aaron? Wow, it's really good technology. I'm going to get zero likes on this one. Okay. After Aaron is 29. The number 29, that's no one. 53, no one. Oh my goodness. 18 again. Can we select Matthew again? No. So we're going to say that one even though it looks like it should be, is going to be not good too. There we go. 02. Yes, that's Tim. 97? No. 50? No. 11? Yes. 11 is Kelly. All right. Hopefully you guys feel confident with that. We just practiced that on Monday and Wednesday, and now with the blubbers today as well. All right, let's do the last two, then we'll be done. It says, name and describe the kind of bias, and you don't need to name the bias, just describe it, that would be present if management decides instead of subjecting people to random testing, they'll do this. So here's part A. They're going to hold department meetings. So I guess you could think of like supervisor meetings, part-time clerk meetings, full-time clerk meetings, maintenance staff meetings, and they're going to drug test the employees that attend those meetings. What are your thoughts? Carolina, no? No one's going to go, right? Well, I mean, people might go, but who's going to go?
Who's gonna want to go if they're tested?
Well, you're right. So people who don't care about being tested, or they know for a fact what's going to happen when they get tested. They're going to be negative for anything, right? So in this case, people who know they'll fail,
Which one are you writing for?
A, will not attend.
Well, what if they didn't know?
That's the thing. If you don't know, so you probably wouldn't go then, right? If you knew you were going to be tested and you were unsure, which you probably should be sure, then you're not going to go. Man, this is really good. Okay, let's do letter B. They're going to offer additional, so you already get an employee discount, an additional employee discount for those employees who agree to be drug tested. You mean test negative?
No, you want to test negative because that's like saying no. You don't need to.
I think we're saying the same thing, right? You're saying that
think y'all are agreeing, but he's just like, I think he's
just because I ran a count of tardy earlier today. Okay. So essentially on this one, the way I view it is if you know you're going to test negative for anything, then sure, why not? I'll take the drug test. Give me additional employee discount. Why not? Sounds good. So again, people who know they'll test negative will take advantage of this program. All right, so this is not exactly what the quiz is going to look like on Monday, but something similar in terms of understanding the different types of sampling techniques, all right, understanding where potential biases could happen in terms of how you sample. All right, we'll talk more about that obviously on tomorrow and Monday.